Hello, and welcome to today's episode. The Bible is referred to as the living Word of God. It isn't a book that is meant to simply be read. It is a perspective-altering substance that is meant to be ingested and absorbed into you. It changes you, and it is meant to. A psalm is a spiritual song based on a profound foundational insight that is expressed in the form of music, which is usually plucked out on a harp. This is my own paraphrase of the Psalms. Now, there is an important difference between a paraphrase and a translation, and it is important to understand what that difference is. A translation takes a text word by word and finds the most accurate word in another language to convey the meaning of that original word. But sometimes getting the details right can come at the expense of the big picture. For example, the literal translation for a butt dial and the literal translation for a booty call could end up being the same if they were translated very literally into another language. But we know that those are two very different ideas. A paraphrase, on the other hand, is attempting to capture the spirit of the idea that is being expressed. But both approaches have their disadvantages. Sometimes the most literal translation for each word, while technically accurate, loses something in its translation. For example, if you were to translate the phrase, "cat got your tongue," into another language, it would make no sense to them. Why would a house cat grab your tongue? What are you talking about? In order to convey the original idea, you would have to find out the saying that is used in that other language to express the same concept. But it might not involve a cat, or even any animal at all. So the literal translation would not be a very accurate one. But in a case like the one that I just described, the idea is more important than sticking to a very literal translation that loses all of the intended meaning. However, because paraphrases are an individual's interpretation of the underlying idea instead of an academic translation of the word, they are not as accurate as a translation is. A paraphrase is a lot more subjective, and that makes it much more susceptible to interpretations that are way off the mark of the original text's intent. The focus of a translation is on detailed accuracy, and sometimes the broader picture is not conveyed very clearly as a result. The focus of a paraphrase is on painting that big picture, but it often loses the accuracy of the finer details. Both are useful as long as you understand which is which, and what the disadvantages to each approach are. That is why I recommend using both an accurate translation, like the New American Standard, and a responsible paraphrase. Psalm 6. Powerful Creator, please do not discipline me with the full consequences that I justly deserve, or reprimand me while you are most frustrated with me. Instead, treat me with your own gentle mercy, Most High, for I am broken and fragile right now. Creator of all, please heal me, for my very bones sway and wobble under me, as does my soul within me. How long before you intervene, Most High? Do not abandon me. Come back to me, Lord, and save me. You are my source of steadfast love and mercy, so please rescue me from this dark place. For how am I any good to you dead? Who lives in the land of graveyards and yet remembers all that you are with joyful gratitude? I am completely worn out from my constant grief, for I swim in my own tears all night long. I soak my bed under a deluge of sobbing. My vision is growing darker from my non-stop sorrow. And because of the torture of my enemies, my sight has grown old and wasted away before its time. Just go away, you selfish, evil people who attack and torment me without any just cause. For the Most High has heard the sound of my distress. Yes, the Most High has heard my weeping, and he has accepted the cries of my heart. So he has granted my request. He will confront each of my attackers, and he will make them thoroughly ashamed of themselves. They will be horrified and hastily retreat at the terrifying thought of what they have in store. I pray that whatever voice God might choose to give me in this world, he would also give me the words that I should use it for. These words have meaning for me, and if they had some meaning for you as well, then I am truly grateful that we have both been given a gift from above and from each other. Have a good day out there, my friends.